the president of Caruba, Xavier Serrano, has been assassinated. Richard Miller, VSSE's top agent, has been implicated in the crime. VSSE can protect Richard Miller for only 48 hours before they turn him over to the government of Caruba. With his life on the line, Miller must act quickly to determine the truth behind the assassination. Time is running out for the one-man army. Richard Miller, Marissa Soleil, Zeus Bertrand, Ricardo Blanco, Cantaris, Wild Dog.
Time Crisis, Project Titan.
Hi there everybody, it is I, TTBurger 88, but you can call me Tony. And welcome back to TTBurger Game Reviews, and this is part 2 of my Time Crisis series review. In case you missed part 1, I reviewed the original Time Crisis that was released in the arcades and PlayStation, and gave it a 9 out of 10 due to the special mode not being so great, and due to the fact that you can't use the Gun-Con controller on a modern TV and such. Now I should point out that this is a problem throughout most of the series where you can't use the Gun-Con on modern TVs and such, so I'm just saying, it's still a problem worth mentioning. But getting back on topic here, today we will be looking at a side story of the original Time Crisis, and this game was not released in the arcade, it was exclusive to the PlayStation. That game is Time Crisis, Project Titan, once again done by Namco, released in 2001 for the PlayStation. I will start this review off by saying that this was the first Time Crisis game that I ever owned, and I didn't find the original Time Crisis game until the summer of 2002, so I had to wait some time before finding the original one. This game also came with a Gun-Con controller, which I will show you all right here. This time the Gun-Con controller is very similar to the original Gun-Con controller that was released in North America and Europe, except for this one is orange and stuff, and it remained orange in North America ever since, and like I said, it's still the same Gun-Con, so it doesn't matter, it's just the color that's different, so yeah. But getting that out of the way, let's continue here. And I have to start with that saying that Time Crisis Project Titan did not receive the same love and care that the original game did. Yeah, I know this is a side story and stuff, but the game does not feel like it's like a true Time Crisis game. It feels more like an expansion to the original Time Crisis. First off, the story isn't interesting or engaging at all. Once again, it stars Richard Miller from the original game, who has been framed for the murder of Xavier Serrano, the president of the fictional country known as Caruba. The VSSE can only protect Richard for 48 hours until they are forced to turn him over to the Cuban government. And now it's up to Richard to clear his name, because time is running out for the one-man army. And also there is evidence that Wild Dog is in cahoots with the murderer. My problem with the story is that it's not only is it very interesting, it doesn't have much to it. Like sure, you got a murder of the president, and you're blamed. But there isn't much to it after that at all until the very end. But that's just me though. Graphically, Time Crisis Project Titan is probably the best part and it gets the job done here, and it looks better than the original game. The character models in the backgrounds look a lot more improved and the frame rate is still very smooth. But you have to remember, graphics aren't everything. They don't make a good game. For the sound, I feel like it's taken a huge step backward. First off, the voice acting this time is pretty bad, and not bad in the hokey way where it was funny in the original game. This time the voice acting is bad in a bad way. The actors sound like they are bored reading their lines to rather be somewhere else, and they talk in weird accents, where they sound like they are trying way too hard to read their lines and to emulate the characters, and it seems like they can't act at all to save them.
Help me! I'm down here! Help! Help me! I'm down here! Richard? My name's Marissa Soleil. I'm the one who sent information to the VSSE as Abacus. A mercenary in Caruba named Ricardo Blanco is a real assassin of President Serrano. You should go there to find him. He's your man. But right now, we've got to get off the ship. She's gonna blow!
I'm not done with you yet, man. You're still an assassin in the eyes of the world.
The music isn't that great either. It's basically most of the same tracks from the original game, but slightly remixed don't sound that great at all. And it's sad because Tommy Tallarico was involved with the music here. It's just that he's done better in the past. This is just sad that this is the best they could have done for the music. The gameplay is similar to the original Time Crisis, but it has problems that prevent it from being just as good as the original game. In the original Time Crisis, the game was very challenging, where you needed to think on your feet, and even though I sucked at the original Time Crisis, I liked it because it was challenging. It made you want to keep playing the game. Here, the gameplay is way too easy. Even on the normal setting, it was way too easy. In Time Crisis, I had to play the game on easy because I was bad at the game, but here, the game is way too easy even for the normal setting. One of the reasons why this game was way too easy and lacks challenges is because in Time Crisis Project Titan, your crosshair changes to red when you're aimed at an enemy. It also auto-locks for you as well. In my review of the original Time Crisis, I forgot to mention that when you shoot 50 targets in a row without missing, you will earn an extra life. Here you only have to hit 40, and it shows how many targets you hit in a row, so where's the challenge in that? Another problem here is that you're not really forced to do much. I mean, all you basically have to do is shoot and stuff. In the first game, you had to stay behind cover and stay behind cover with your best friend to avoid getting hit. Here, only certain enemies hit you, like the enemies in red and the ones with the bazookas and machine guns. In the last game, all the enemies had the chance of hitting you, but here, just a lot of them can't even hit you. You just wait to like aim your crosshair, and that's basically it. Again, no challenge required for the most part. There are 4 levels in this game, and the 4th one becomes a lot after clearing the first 3 stages in normal mode, but since this game has a lot of problems with it, I wasn't even going to care what happens at the end, and just, the ending isn't even that great or satisfying at all. Besides that though, there isn't much else to say about Time Crisis Project Titan. It had the potential to be a good game, but due to the problems I mentioned, I only recommend this game to hardcore Time Crisis fans. And my final rating goes like this. Time Crisis Project Titan had the potential of being a good game, it had the potential of being a good side story, but it felt like it was rushed out the door to get done before the release of Time Crisis 2. If you enjoy this game, hey, more power to you, but for me, I did not like this game at all. And I'll only be giving this game a 3 out of 10 due to the graphics. And even though Time Crisis Project Titan was a big flop, 6 months later in October, we were greeted with a much better game in the series that was the first Time Crisis game released on the PlayStation 2. Now I'll be looking at that game in part 3, and that game is Time Crisis 2. This is Tony, aka TTBurger88. Peace out, have a great day everybody, and see you all in part 3.
Richard, we don't know how you got yourself into this mess, but we think you've been set up. This is the only lead we have. We received a satellite transmission from an informant named Abacus. Abacus claims to have proof that will clear your name. Our recon satellite tracked the source of the transmission, and the signal is coming from this ship. We have suspicions it belongs to the organization, Kantaris. Here are the coordinates of the ship. Unfortunately, we cannot provide any further assistance. You must find out the identity of the real killer and clear your name. Without proof of your innocence, we'll have no choice but to turn you over to the Karuban government. Richard, you have 48 hours. Good luck.